Well, it's not often I talk about the whole Vince McMahon stuff on here. I covered it when it all first came out, and then I thought I'll leave it at that until something bigger arises, because after that it was all he say, she say, hearsay. Vince says this about Janel, Janel says this about Vince. We can't exactly prove anything. Let's leave it at that until something bigger comes out. And something bigger has come out. Not much of an update in the suit itself, but the lawsuit itself has been paused. And it's been paused because the entire thing is under investigation by the Southern District of New York, who, according to some sources, have a 95% conviction rate. So, now I don't know much about the American legal system, because I'm not American, as you can tell. But, from what I'm seeing here, it ain't looking good for Vince, ain't looking good for Big Johnny Ace, and might not be looking good for WWE either. Now, I have to reiterate that we do not know the outcome of this. We do not know what happened. We was not there. We do not know who is wrong, who is right, because I know a lot of people like to jump on Vince like a pack of animals, and to be fair, I did it myself a bit, but that's because we just don't like Vince McMahon, man. He's a piece of shit. He destroyed our wrestling for years, and it's nice to see him get some comeuppance, but at the end of the day, we also need to try and be a bit more fair and wait until a decision has been made or something comes out that's extremely damning. Now, those text messages didn't exactly help his situation, but there are a lot of people out there that like to do this sort of thing as like a role play, right? I mean, it's weird. I know it's weird, but it's Vince. It's Vince. So anything could be possible, okay? Could those text messages be malicious? Yes. But could they be in somewhat of a roleplay manner? Yes, because we didn't see responses to those messages as far as I'm aware. But the entire thing is now under somewhat of a federal investigation, and WWE are involved in this. At first, when all this first came out, I thought it'd be very, very harming for the company itself. But now that we're a bit further along, I've somewhat calmed down a bit on that. I don't think WWE is going to take a heavy hit from this, because Vince and Johnny are no longer in the company. They are gone. And I think there was one more name that was mentioned that does work in the company that... Oh no, it was Nick Khan and somebody else that knew about the relationship but didn't know about any abuse. That was it. So, at the end of the day, everyone now in WWE is not named in any form of abuse or anything like that. So, whilst it took place within the company, the people who allegedly did this are no longer in the company. So, I don't think WWE itself is going to take a big hit from this, but if it comes out that Vince and Laurinaitis are guilty of these heinous crimes, then they're going to jail. They are going to be locked up and never to be seen again, because Vince surely will perish in prison. If it goes that far. I mean, it is going that far already, but at the end of the day, he is Vince McMahon, and I did make a joke about this online, which Sean Ross Sapp used against me and took out of context to push his agenda, but Vince McMahon's like Michael Myers. You ain't never going to stop him. He will just keep rising up and fighting back, and rising up and fighting back. That's what Vince McMahon does, and if he is found guilty, he will not take that willingly, and he will try and find a way to get out of the situation he's in. So, those are my thoughts on the Vince McMahon stuff. I mean, I can't go any further, really, because We don't know anything else, okay? There's rumours from Vince, there's rumours from Janel, and we do need to try and be a bit more fair with this situation. Even though it's Vince, I know it's hard. It's hard. Our biases are definitely in the way of this, but we need to understand this is a bit bigger than wrestling, and we do need to try and be a bit more fair, even though we all do somewhat despise Vince McMahon for what he's done to WWE over the last, I don't know how many years. Next, there are two names that are going around that have contracts expiring soon, and those names are Chad Gable and Ricochet. I think Chad Gable's expires next week, and Ricochet, I can't remember the time frame on his, but it's soon. Now, I don't think Chad Gable's going anywhere. Chad Gable seems to be enjoying what he's doing in WWE. I'm enjoying what he's doing in WWE right now. With the heel stuff, I love it. It's great. It's nice to see Chad Gable doing something serious that isn't the shoosh and the thank you or whatever. But Ricochet, I don't know, man. So, Will Ospreay is basically trying to poach Ricochet, trying to tug on his heartstrings, and trying to persuade him to leave. Very publicly, Will Ospreay's doing this, right? Because Ospreay doesn't want Ricochet in WWE, he wants Ricochet in AEW. And yeah, Ospreay wants to do what he did with Ricochet on the indies and shit. He wants to do the flippy, the doesn't make sense wrestling, right? And we've not heard from Ricochet. Excuse me. Is there a chance Ricochet could leave? Yes. Because I can imagine he's not exactly happy with where he is right now and where he's been over the last few years. But there's a very small chance, because there's something that's definitely going to be stopping him from leaving, and that is his fiancée, girlfriend, wife, I don't know, Samantha Irvin, the lead ring announcer for WWE, the top one, the one that WWE do not want to let go of, because some people are saying that she's the modern day Howard Finkel. I can't comment on that because I'm too young for Howard Finkel, but she ain't going anywhere. That means Ricochet probably ain't going anywhere, and Will Ospreay should know how important family life is, because the reason he chose AEW over WWE was because he wanted to go back home after every show and spend time with his stepkid and his missus, right? So Ospreay should really take that into consideration and say to himself, well, he's very happy, he's got family in WWE now, you know what I mean? Ricochet, he's got a life of his own. But Ospreay doesn't seem to care about that, and Ospreay keeps plugging things and keeps doing things that are going to try and persuade Ricochet into joining AEW. Now, as I say, there is a very minuscule chance that he will go to AEW, but I believe both of these people are staying in WWE, and there's nothing to worry about. Speaking of Will Ospreay, this is something I'm going into business for myself here, because this isn't written down on my notes. Speaking of Will Ospreay, this stupid motherfucker, right? Went on, I think it was Wrestling Inc. He spoke to someone anyway, and he said, "I get some people don't like AEW, and you're wrong on that opinion." He says the people that don't like AEW are wrong. Our objective opinions are wrong. No. No. That's not how this works, Will. Okay? I like you. I really do. I really want to root for you, because I find you quite relatable with the bruv and the whole Cockney fucking bullshit, right? I mean, it's like watching an episode of EastEnders. But at the end of the day, you need to stop saying stupid shit, because you're making yourself look very bad to the eyes of the mainstream wrestling fans like us. And Yeah, it ain't working, bro. You need to shut the fuck up. Get on with what you're doing for AEW, right? Try and get yourself over there. Try and get the company over itself, because it ain't. Focus on that. Shut the fuck up about everything else, because you're making yourself look very stupid. If you can't handle tribalism, if you can't handle these things, then you need to change your profession. Go work in fucking McDonald's if you don't like it. Because that's the way of the world. If you don't like it, I hate these people that moan about tribalism all the time. It's gonna happen. It happens. Who the fuck cares? Not me. I get there's people that prefer WWE, there's people that prefer AEW, mostly because either the company, the brand, they want to support their favourite brand, or the different styles of wrestling, okay? I get why people are tribal. It is normal, it is human, it is fine. Obviously, it isn't normal when you're going out your way to wish death on people and call people traitors, but I mean, it's a part of being human. You can't stop us from being human. Tribalism is within all of us at the end of the day. Tonga Loa, the newest acquisition by WWE, and when I did my Backlash review, I said that this guy's not very good, and I said that because there's a lot of clips going around of this man doing lots of silly things. The Eddie Kingston chops. He botched a 619 and got tangled up in the ropes. He even botched his debut because he was late coming out from under the ring. So I've been waiting for him to have a match. And he had a tag match teaming with Tama Tonga against the Street Profits. So I thought, I'm going to give this guy a chance. I'm going to see if it's just, the other companies where he was slacking, basically. And I don't think it is, because while he didn't really seem to botch much, he seemed quite awkward, he seemed off. I know he's a 7-time whatever IWGP Tag Champion, right? He's in the Guerrillas of Destiny, Bullet Club, right? But everything I've seen from this guy so far tells me that he doesn't belong in WWE. Tama Tonga, yeah, right? That he seems alright. And I think he would be a bit better without another person with the Tonga name next to him, because he started off as a very imposing force, and now he's just he just feels like a tag guy because he's got someone with a similar name in the same group, and it's going to make people think, what are these Tonga people? So, yeah, man, Tonga Loa, I don't think he should have been involved in this. Obviously, it's a bit too late now. But, yeah, Camacho, Tonga Loa, I don't think he's suited. But hopefully he can prove me wrong. I say this about Jey Uso. Prove me wrong. And because I want you to prove me wrong. I want you to prove me wrong. I want you to go out there, have a banger, and show some character. Finally, AJ Styles is continuing his feud with Cody Rhodes, because AJ Styles did the Mark Henry thing, faking his retirement. Now, unlike the Mark Henry thing, this one seemed a little bit more obvious that AJ was going to turn on Cody and do the fake retirement thing. And, it's a way to push it. I get it. It's a way to continue their feud. I just don't understand why it needed a month break while he had a match with Logan Paul. But it is what it is. But at least they're going for a second match now, because something I complained about was with the first match, there was no animosity, there was no urgency, nothing to stick my teeth into, my very yellow teeth. But now we're getting somewhere, we're going for a second match, and we're actually getting something a bit better than promo, contract signing, promo. Which seems to be all of Cody's feuds so far. But is AJ going to win? No. Excuse me. AJ's not going to win because Cody's losing that belt to, I don't know, maybe The Rock. The Rock might beat Cody for it. Whoever wins Money in the Bank might beat Cody for it. We'll see. According to Dave, hang on. According to Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the current plan is for The Rock and Cody Rhodes to have a championship versus championship match at WrestleMania, with the People's Championship on the line against the WWE Championship. Yeah. That's pretty much every fucking news channel right there in one bubble. But yeah, that's apparently the plan according to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio. Fucking give me a break. So we'll see what happens with all of this. But at the end of the day, things do need to start picking up with WWE. It's very slow burn right now. I get Triple H likes to do the long-term storytelling, but I'm getting a bit impatient with certain things. Howdy. Like, subscribe, follow me on X at crossman25. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.